Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Neelika from Central University of Jammu. Today we are going to talk on module Business Level Strategies from paper Strategic Management. Following would be the key learning objectives of the lesson. We would define business level strategy. We would also discuss the relationship between customers and business level strategies in terms of who, what, and how. We would explain the differences among business level strategies. Also, explain two most popular constructs for the business level strategies. Dear students, strategic management is the process of strategic decision making that sets the long-term direction for an organization. The main objective of strategic management is to achieve sustainable competitive advantage and above average rate of return. The detailed process of strategic management has been discussed in previous lessons, but the steps can be aggregated into three clusters. Strategic analysis, which leads to development of a strategy, and then implementation of strategy. Now, strategic management is the process of designing a coherent, coordinated, integrated, and unified strategy that sets the degree to which a firm globalizes its strategic behavior in different countries through standardization of offerings, configuration, and coordination of activities in different countries, and the integration of competitive moves across the countries. Now, in order to carry out strategic process in an organization, it is carried out at various levels of management. That is, at the top level, at the middle level management, and at the first level of management. These three levels of strategies are referred to as corporate level strategies, business level strategies, and then the functional level strategies. Very briefly, these strategies would be like corporate level strategy looks for development of the whole of the organization, beginning with mission, goals to determining the business plan, resources, and finally implementing different strategies in order to achieve the desired goal. Now, for example, Godrej, which deals with a wide range of businesses like soap, furniture, edible oil, information technology, and real estate. Business level strategy. Business level strategies are strategies which are made at the middle level management for a specific strategic business unit. These are by a SBU keeping in mind the external environment and the internal environment of the strategic business unit to achieve a sustained competitive advantage and above average returns. In simplest terms, these are strategies which are formulated within the premise of a company's vision and mission statement to deal with the opportunities and threats being faced by the business unit while obtaining sustained competitive advantage and above average rate of return. Strategic positioning refers to the ways Managers place their SBUs relative to other incumbents in the industry. Therefore, a business level strategy is all about competitive interactions and how a company deals with those interactions. Competitive actions can generate a wide range of competitive responses. Competitive interaction theory suggests that a SBU or a company's managers predicts reactions to its actions and determine the best course of action given competitors' likely reactions. Business level strategy refers to the plan of action that strategic managers adopt for using a company's resources and distinctive competencies to gain a competitive advantage over its rivals in a market or industry. The business level strategies deal are usually based on core competencies of a firm and are concerned with identifying the customer's needs and satisfying them to the best of their ability. Business level strategy is related with the basis on which a SBU decides to compete with its competitors and in its industry, and also how it decides to position itself in the market. It is important to note here that we are referring to a business unit and every brand that business unit could have, or different business level strategy, but as such they belong to a same conglomerate. For example, Ariel is a product of Procter & Gamble, which follows product leadership, while Tide is the product of same conglomerate which is more inclined towards cost leadership. Therefore, students, business level strategy is all about what, who, and how. That is, what is being satisfied, who is being satisfied, and how are they being satisfied. The what refers to the definition of the customer needs. Who refers to the market segmentation and targeting strategies, and how refers to the company's decision regarding what distinctive competencies to target to differentiate itself from the competitors or other incumbents in the industry. The purpose of a business level strategy. Students, there are two bases of distinctiveness in business level strategies. One, deciding to do same activities in the process of value addition, value chain analysis, as everyone else in the industry, but do them differently. That is cost leadership. Deciding to do different activities. That is product leadership. Now, new competitors with new business models create disruptive change, strategies that are both different from and in conflict with those of incumbents. These disruptions have several common characteristics. These firms emphasize different product attributes. They start as rather low margin businesses. These firms can grow into significant companies taking market share, and new firms' business models cannot be easily imitated in the short run. Now, deciding to perform activities differently or to perform different activities than competitors is the essence of business level strategies. Therefore, the company's business level strategy is a deliberate choice about how it will execute the value chain's primary support activities in the ways that create exclusive value. Dimensions of business level strategy. Students, some of the main questions in a business level strategy that organizations face are who to serve, what to offer, and how to satisfy. This refers to the market segmentation and targeting strategies. Market segmentation is the process of organizing customers into groups with similar kind of properties, product preference, or expectations. Therefore, a company needs to answer who are its customers going to be, which goods or services do the potential customers ultimately need, and how will the company satisfy the customer's needs. The question in the business level strategy, as in what goods or services do the potential customers ultimately need? Dear students, this refers to identifying the needs of the potential customers. The ability to successfully envisage and satisfy future consumer needs is crucial to the success of any business organization. This stage of business level strategy refers to understanding the customer needs, which is nothing but desires that can be satisfied by attributes of a product or a service. At this stage, the organization refers to understanding the offerings of a company by entering in the market in order to satisfy the needs of the target customers. The next question to be addressed as a dimension of business level strategy is how. How can we satisfy the consumer's needs? Students, a firm must determine the unique combination of resources and capabilities that make up its core competencies and further utilize them to fulfill consumer needs by executing strategies aimed at creating value. In past couple of years, the dimension of product value has been defined to invoice performance, features, conformance with specifications, reliability, durability, serviceability, fit customer perception of the overall quality or superiority of a product with respect to its intended purpose, also relative to alternatives. Porter's business level strategies. This model of business level strategies was proposed by Michael Porter and is also referred to as generic strategic model. This model states that the purpose of strategic positioning is to reduce the effects of rivalry and thereby improve profitability. Managers across the globe use the model to stake out a position for their SBU relative to its rivals in ways that reduce the effects of intense rivalry on profitability. Porter's generic strategies identify 4 strategic positions to deal with the incumbents and competitive intensity or rivalry: low cost, differentiation, focused cost leadership, and focused differentiation. Selecting an intended generic strategic position gives the firm a head start and guidance on making specific choices. Business level strategy, students, includes mainly 4 generic strategies which can be used to give competitive advantage to a firm over its rivals. Companies have 2 options to compete, either in the whole target market or a focused market. There is also an additional 5th strategy at business level, that is integrated strategy. However, 2 key factors that affect the economic logic of competitive advantage are having a lower cost structure than the competitors and having a product or service that customers perceive as differentiated from other products in the industry. A firm then can gain an advantage over rivals in one of the 2 ways. Either produce an essentially equivalent product at a lower cost than its rivals, or produce a differentiated product and charge higher prices to more than offset the added costs of differentiation. Cost leadership. In this strategy, price is the basis of competition. Every firm determines price of its offerings on the basis of its internal efficiency. The processes are set so that the SBU can have a reasonable margin, one that will allow the SBU to gain above average profit, and the comparative lower price will allow the customer to purchase the product of the company. This strategy is mostly used when the products and services offered by company are standardized and generic goods that have a wide customer base, so that the company can offer at lowest price while still making above average profit. For implementing cost leadership, a company should make continuous efforts to reduce the cost of its per unit products. It can be understood even as if all rivals mark up the same price of their product, the cost leader will have maximum profit because its cost is minimum. In order to achieve this, the managers of a strategic business unit have to make sure that every activity in its value chain is working with the philosophy of reducing the cost and increasing efficiency. In case of a price war-like situation, the competitors who have high price are usually the ones who are driven out of the market or are forced to reduce their prices. Companies can follow cost leadership by reducing costs in all activities of its value chain, such as inbound logistics, research and development, marketing, and process innovation, etc. Students, one of the very beautiful examples of cost leadership is about Walmart. Walmart stores has everyday low prices, and it has adopted the low cost leadership strategy to attract more and more customers. The concept of everyday low price is to provide goods at low price on a regular basis. The motive behind this is not just sales. The main reason behind Walmart's success in implementing low-cost leadership strategy is its efficient supply chain management and procuring goods at cheaper rates. The raw material procurement is done from less expensive domestic suppliers or from cheap foreign countries in terms of labor and other products. This method allows the company to charge lower prices to its customers while still making excellent profits. Cost leadership and five forces. When we analyze Porter's five forces model, we could define the Porter's five forces in favor of cost leadership firms. The first force, rivalry. Students, competitors mostly do not want a situation of price war because the low-cost leaders will gain profits even in price war situation, while the competitors compete by letting their profits go away. Rivalry is on basis of cost of production, but the attempt is to keep away the price war. Secondly, customers. Bargaining power of customers is low as cost is less. That is, the strategy helps a strategic business unit gain the bargaining power back from the customers. Next, suppliers. Firms with cost leadership strategy can be profited from supplier side and hence can transfer this benefit in the form of less prices to the customers. Now, entry force. Low-cost leader firms create high entry barriers for the new entrers by keeping the prices low and making it difficult for the competitors to enter into the market. Substitutes. Low-cost companies are in a position to attract the customers to purchase its products and not to switch on to the substitute products which might be expensive. Product differentiation. Product differentiation is a generic strategy for a business level decisions in which company produce its products in different way, whether it be different designs, different technology, unique services, so that it can stand out from its competitors. Value is provided to customers by providing those unique features in company's products and not charging the lowest price. Differentiation can be achieved through high quality, features, high customer service, and image management. Product differentiation. Sources. Students, companies can differentiate their products by lowering buyers' costs. It can be achieved by providing high-quality products and providing enough after-sales services. Companies can also differentiate their products by rapid and continuous innovations in products and services offered. It could also be done by fulfilling buyers' need in a better way by customizing the products. Also, companies could differentiate by generating high entrance barriers for new entrants, by making image of being unique so that creating high switching costs for customers by its uniqueness and differentiation of products offered to them. This is an excellent example from Apple. Apple has developed itself into a prominent electronics company that offers everything ranging from personal electronics to television. As innovation and unique designing is a key feature of Apple's products, It also differentiates its products via unique marketing and advertising techniques. And this is how Apple maintains differentiation across its genre in the industry. Rolex, as a prestigious and luxury brand watches, maintains its differentiation as a brand that caters to the luxury customers, and buying Rolex is a matter of prestige for the customers. Focus strategies. This strategy is adopted by companies which offer its products at low cost or through differentiation, but sells its products only in a small market or niche market, and the size of market is so small that it is not lucrative for major players. The companies that follow this strategy may not compete with whole of the industry, but competitors within the same marketplace. For example, Giant. The goal of Giant is to keep retail prices low in some small target area. Even the company makes some claim that if any other company giving prices lower than us, customers can pay with the lowest. Another example is Redbox. This company places vending machines outside its physical and retail stores to give DVD on rent for very less amount of money, and this is for a small target market of the vicinity area. Focus differentiation. In this strategy, a firm does not only compete on the basis of differentiation, but also selects a small segment or a niche of the market to sell the goods and service. A niche is a market where the size of the market potential is so small that other firms do not view it as a lucrative market to enter. The example to explain this could be Kazo Toys. Now, this toy company targets those customers who not only want unique products but also want to have a unique service provided with the toys. This strategy gives a niche market which wants to have unique products and services. Another strategy that companies adopt is integrated low cost and differentiation strategy. This strategy is a combination of providing both low price and differentiated goods to the customers. But the firm choosing this strategy should be careful enough so that it would not get stuck in between. That means of not being able of lowering the cost and not bringing the differentiation in the product. Now, example could be Zara. Zara adopted both low cost and product differentiation strategy, as Zara is not constrained to limited age groups, but it offers every age group a variety of fashionable clothes. Zara targets young and stylish people who want to follow the trend and fashion. Firms that attempt to exploit both low cost and differentiation strategies are often described as stuck in the middle, meaning they aim to do both but could do neither very well. Some firms are eventually able to achieve an integrated position. These positions are achieved when elements of one position support a strong standing in the other. The trade-offs required to achieve superior level on one dimension make it hard to succeed on the other. Economic drivers of strategic positioning. Choices in strategic positioning are influenced by economic logic. It is important to identify the different economic drivers that encourage strategic positions and foster their success to understand the logic behind different strategic positions. Some of the economic drivers can be identified as drivers of low-cost advantages, economies of scale, diseconomies of scale, minimum efficient scale, and the learning curve. Students, let us now, one by one, understand the various economic drivers of strategic positioning. The first driver is drivers of low-cost advantages. Firms have different production costs. These include economies of scale, learning, production technology, product design, and location advantages for sourcing inputs. A successful low-cost strategy means that a firm is proficient at exploiting some of these drivers. Continuing with the economic drivers of strategic positioning, the next could be economies of scale. Students, economies of scale exist during a given period of time if the average total cost for a unit of production is lower at higher levels of output. Economies of scale result from a variety of efficiency, spreading fixed costs over greater volume, specializing in a specific production process, practicing superior inventory management, exercising purchasing power, spending more efficiently on advertising or research and development. Let us now understand the next economic driver, that is, diseconomies of scale. Students, size does not automatically ensure economies of scale. Diseconomies of scale occur when average total cost increases at higher levels of output and can result from bureaucracy, high labor cost, inefficient operations, and inflexibility. Minimum efficient scale. Costs may decline at some ranges of production but increase at others. Total average cost can be represented by a U-shaped curve that has a minimum point. The output level that delivers the lowest possible cost is the minimum efficient scale. Operating cost below or above MES leads to a cost disadvantage. MES is the smallest scale necessary to achieve maximum economies of scale. Next economic driver that we need to understand, dear students, is the learning curve that enables the strategic positioning of a company. Incremental production costs decline at a constant rate as production experience is gained. The steeper the learning curve, the more rapidly costs decline. Two firms of the same scale may have significantly different operating costs due to the learning curve. So, students, let us now summarize what we learned in this module. Business level strategies define the sequence of actions employed to impart value to customers and to attain a long-term sustained competitive advantage by utilizing core competencies or individual service or product markets. Business level strategies pertain to the way a company positions itself in an industry with respect to its rivals and to Porter's 5 forces of industry competition. Deciding to perform activities differently or to perform different activities than competitors is the essence of business level strategy. Therefore, the company's business level strategy is a deliberate choice about how it will execute the value chain's primary and support activities in ways that create exclusive value. The consumers are the basis and the core focus of companies' business level strategies. It aims to answer the questions: who are we serving? What needs do we need to meet? And how will those needs be satisfied? Porter's generic strategies identify 4 positions: low cost differentiation, focused cost leadership, and focused differentiation. Porter's generic strategies are referred to as strategic positions. Selecting an intended generic strategic position gives the firm a head start and guidance on making specific choices regarding the 5 elements of strategic demand. Miles and Snow have shaped a veritable trove of business level strategies. Students, as opposed to the focus of a corporate level strategy, which is namely on choices related to what businesses the firm should be in, a business level strategy is related to how the firm competes in a selected industry. Thank you.